Episode 5.
Episode. Yeah.
How are we keeping, guys? Welcome back to episode 5 of the Coach's Corner, and this one again is not really a question, but it's something that we get a lot of. I need to work on my core more, and then kind of like it usually leads up with what should I do for that. And before Robbie dives in, there's two ways you could, well, there's a lot of ways you could probably go with this question, like, but one way that I kind of look at it is if some people ask it in terms of toning up their stomach, right? And the very, very short and sweet answer, I know it's kind of not the answer you're probably hoping to hear, but the very short and sweet of that is that you're not going to lose that body fat around your stomach unless you're in the calorie deficit across the week. So your training is going to be a big component of that, but your nutrition is going to be vital to that to make sure you're losing weight overall, which is going to slowly come off your frame, and it's always around that stomach area that it comes off last anyway. So that kind of answers, we'll say, the toning up side of it, but there's a whole different other side to that, and I'm just going to let Rob talk about that side of it first.
I suppose one of the ways you'll see now a lot of these kind of, you see them ads on Facebook and at your phone is, 6-minute abs in 10 seconds and that sort of rubbish. But like you can't neglect the basics either. Plain and simple. Like you can spend, there's no point going into a gym spending 40-50 minutes training abs when if you're not even hitting the fundamental basics of it.
Example.
So like that's kind of the plain and simple really of it. Like you could be there fucking doing ab crunches and the cows come home, but if your nutrition and the rest of your training isn't simple and effective, I think you're kind of wasting your time really.
Yeah, I think a lot of people that ask me about core work is that they need to get a stronger core, because it's going to help everything. It's going to help fucking with basic exercises, strong healthy spine, all that kind of stuff, right? But so if you look at the Hulk here, he's a bit worse for wear today, but like if you look at the core in general, like realistically, let's say if you just look at the core as like this area here, and you have your frontal core and you have your kind of side core. That's a basic way of looking at two different parts of it. Like really the core is all this kind of cylinder down here, okay? So what me and Robbie are going to show you quickly is like a basic frontal core exercise and a basic kind of side core exercise. Like there's more as well, there's like the rotational ones, that kind of stuff too. So look, if you're somebody that doesn't really like incorporate that much core work into your sessions, or maybe you do a lot of it but you might be doing it right, we're just going to show you front and side. And then as well, like in terms of time frames, you could be looking at anywhere from 2 to 4 sets twice a week, Rob, max, starting off with, because like even now I've kind of gone away from like a lot of core work compared to what I used to do, because I used to be down here at my strength level, my core would say, then I built it up, so now it's kind of just more maintaining what I have, but now I'm kind of going back to it a bit more again because I feel like I'm lacking in it, so I'll shut up and we'll just get those exercises. So this one, working the front of the core, I'm going to get Robbie, like this is a basic long arm plank. I'm going to get Robbie to extend his arms out. So walk your hands out, Rob. And maybe go a bit more so it's nice and challenging. Now, Robbie's glutes are firing nice and hard here. His stomach is nice and hard here. But again, the whole idea is this tension through the whole body, and he's like sucking his belly into his spine. We've done loads of videos on these before in the past, no point in repeating them. But again, you can see the way he's shaking, he's working the front of his core. That's one variation you might have known, right?
Come out of it, you haven't even tension on the band. So what you want to do is set up with a band, make sure there's plenty of tension on the band before we start. You want to start with the hands straight in front of the chest, press it out and in, keeping the core nice and tight, glutes nice and tight.
That's it.